Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and a clash that we have in store today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the AAC, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Bulls will get this season underway as toe meets leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Buckeyes' return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. You're going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Odom. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
That's a really nice throw. You think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you. This is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has the skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Firing to the right, complete. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like this.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So USF's offense has the ball for the first time. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
And this does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays. So him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
Using the quick game. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size. The Bulls want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bulls will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets a block. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. He's looking to throw it. Moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Offense gets set for 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
A field goal attempt from here would just be 48 yards, but they'll try to move the chains on 4th down and short. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds his man and they convert. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. on the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Here's the handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Backing up on the first 2 plays. Now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to take off. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
I know he didn't pick up the first down, but, man, he makes this 4th down way more manageable. It's tough when you got 4th in Africa. Did a great job of making this manageable and keeping the playbook open.
Makes a move. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder...
And the pass is intercepted. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover, you get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. The Bulls in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the right. He's got it. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Obviously, 3rd downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear that defense out. Great job by the offense. Great job by the quarterback completing the pass.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Second down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll try the run. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Looking to scramble. He'll try to do it himself. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And here comes the field goal unit. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
And that's a first down for the offense.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The back goes in motion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Looking for a deep man. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 12.
And how about the tight end showing off the athletic ability? Does a great job in the blocking game. Now, when you need to make a big play in the passing game, you just turn him loose, throw him the football, and he can make big plays like he did right here.
21, South Florida, 3.
And here's the return. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like they were...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Bulls will hustle to the line. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And I love that the QB understood, I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Comes out throwing on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. They'll try to snap it quickly. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks.
Man, this defense is so athletic in their front 7. They're able to fight off the blocks on that third down screen play, make the tackle, now setting up fourth down.
On the option. He'll pitch it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. He's going to fire deep. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And they were looking for a chunk play, and the explosive picks up more than 30. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Beebe. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Looking for blockers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense.
Fires one high and deep. Fires the pass, intercepted. Got room on the return. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? It's probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Gets it out quickly. And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him. A little slippery with all those juke moves. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. That last completion sets them up on second down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
It hasn't taken very long this season to just see how scary this offense is. They wanted to be aggressive coming out to start this season, and you've seen that with the play calling on this drive. It does not take these guys with their speed very long to score. Watch out. This unit has a chance to be special.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bringing it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, you got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you dug yourself a significant hole.
Williams will pass. Getting some heat. Buys a little time with his feet. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He's got great speed. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Going for it all. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Wide receiver shows motion. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Unloads it left. He's got it, and they convert. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
That's a first down for the offense.
Looking to throw it again. He finds his man. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Williams looking for a man. And his throw is incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Makes a grab over the middle. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to... They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incomplete.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. The 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. How about that? With a play like that. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Toppin. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Tampa.
The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, and the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Defense falls on the ball, going to be a turnover.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, You don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
To the ground with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And the Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. Go straight ahead. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the punishment has been extended.
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
56, South Florida, 3.
He'll bring it out. It's Toppin. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. The give to the back. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Williams will pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Looking deep down the right side. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Back open in the middle. Finds a crease at the 20. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. They'll try the right side. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Williams looking for a man. Throws to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it.
They'll take over
39.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
42 Spider.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. They'll run it from the gun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Fires to the big fella.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll run it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
He'll pull it down. Short gain on the play before he slides. And the Bulls will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the returner will be brought down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Caught in the backfield, it's McDuffie. How much does it help your blocking scheme to have a guy who finds the crease? He gets to the 39. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it down the middle. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Buckeyes are on the move. Looking to move it through the air. Finds the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
Well, they come up short. It's now going to set up 4th and 1. If I'm this offensive coordinator, I'm finding who's my biggest, most physical back, the guy that I can trust to get north and go get me this first down.
And so I'm bringing all the big bodies into the defensive line, and I'm making sure I get a little bit of penetration so I don't let that big running back get downhill so he can fall forward, so he can get momentum going. Big-time 4th down and short coming.
The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beat down.
Ohio State, number 8.
I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice, and you get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
He'll bring it out. It's Pryor. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the heels.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to him on the ground. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play. And this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end. You're expecting them to punt.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some.
Unloads it downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 25. He's got the sidelines going nuts. The 18-yard line.
Good enough for a first down.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. start the drive here with first down to open this period. They move the tight end all over. To the air on first down. Caught behind the line. It's McDuffie. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down. This coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Campbell Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 8 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Williams will pass. Got his man downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of...
And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give it.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Bulls will punt it away on fourth down. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.
State offense will take it.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
And tackled there by the defense.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He's back to throw on second down. Lofts one high and deep. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down. They've got some work to do on this third and long from the 40. The run from the shotgun. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Makes a grab enough for the first. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. You need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Well, when you're running the curl route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the first down.
Zings it complete to the right.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into. You want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
They want to just keep throwing it. Grab near the sticks. It's ball. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Might be looking to run. He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
Yeah, I think that's nice discipline by this defense. Doing a good job playing inside out, using the sideline to their advantage, kind of stringing it out, not giving up yards. This is a really good job by the defense, playing fast and playing smartly.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pulls it in. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a first down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door, 1st and goal.
Quickly complete. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier.
Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is...
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has him set up 1st and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Fires to the wideout. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete. And the Bulls will call on their punt team.
Number 19, offensive punter.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. It'll be a draw. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. Talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They have.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Going up top on first down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Coming after it. And the ball squirts out. What in the world was he doing? Where was he going? And they get him for a safety.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple of weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
And the Ohio State offense will take over. First and 10.
After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it at the tag. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
Yeah, great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.